All right, so we just got done watching First Man.
I saw it in IMAX.
Yeah, saw it in IMAX. It was pretty good. I think, let's see, Ryan Gosling, guy from Blade Runner.
2049, yeah.
Yeah, you know.
And many other movies.
Of course, it's about the space program. It was. It reminded me a lot of 2001.
It did have a very Kubrickian vibe.
Yeah. What'd you think of it?
I actually thought it was amazing. I really, really liked. One, I liked the period detail. We said it was Kubrickian, but it's not real cold like his are. It's almost, I don't want to say like a handheld camera, but a lot of it almost kind of looks like home movies from the 60s.
Yeah, matter of fact, it looks like it was shot on 60s film stock.
Yeah, it does. So
kind of takes you back to that period. So
they really did like it. And the cool thing about it is that they really kind of put you in, I mean, because Ryan Gosling plays Neil Armstrong, and they really almost kind of like put you in his shoes.
Yeah.
So like when he's in the capsule, like when they're going through the launch and stuff like that, you feel like you're in the capsule and like how it looked and like.
Yeah, and the sound effects are really good. It's really loud. Boom,
like
like
that.
you know.
And I'm just like sitting there, like seriously, the opening sequence, like where they're doing, because it kind of covers like, you know, like a 8-9 year period of time, like from the beginning of, you know, where they were trying to do all the testing for the lunar program and stuff like that. So there's like all these different things that happen along the way, like before they end up landing on the moon. And like the opening sequence of him like doing that test and stuff like that, I was stressing the fuck out because seriously, you guys don't know. It's like I can even sit on a third floor hotel balcony without feeling I'm gonna hurl. So it's like. So it's like feeling like I'm going, and like I said, we saw it in IMAX.
It really did feel like you were there.
Space.
Right.
I was sitting there going, I think I'm gonna throw up.
I
really did feel like that.
So you liked it.
I thought it was really, really good.
I liked it mostly.
Yeah.
I thought it was a mixed bag. I think, you know, I don't know how historically accurate a lot of that was. And I don't know how accurate they were portraying Armstrong's character and the relationship with his wife. I had a feeling that it was kind of contrived. That was kind of bothering me a little bit.
Well, like I said, I'm not really sure. Like
I was under the impression that astronauts' wives were basically astronauts. That their mentality, that they knew everything that was going on, and they were pretty tough. And some of the stuff that, when you see the movie the way it's written towards the end, it starts to, for me, I interpreted it as pessimism. That the movie said Armstrong shouldn't have gone to the moon because he
I didn't interpret it that way.
That's how I interpreted it. I'm a man, and that's how I interpreted it. Because the way he was dealing with the wife, and the wife was blaming him for going.
Yeah, but the whole point of that last scene.
And that and all that you should.
The whole point of the last scene, where they, you know, did the thing on the glass, that was them reconnecting. Like she's like, it's okay.
Yeah, I bet you there wasn't
any.
I bet you there wasn't any problem between those two about him going to the moon.
Well, like
she
I
probably
said,
wanted him to go to the moon.
Like I said, I'm not gonna say because I don't know, like, you know, about Neil Armstrong's relationship with his wife
and
and
then
his kids.
Another thing I didn't like about it though is that they were building it up going to the moon. They get to the moon, they don't spend much time on the moon. They don't show the stuff that they did on the moon. They didn't show the lunar rover. So I'm waiting this whole time. So man's gonna be badass when they get to the moon. They don't really fucking show you the moon.
Well, the whole point of the movie is just
getting to the moon and they go,
He was the first guy to set foot on the moon. That's why they had.
That's kind of like watching porn and they don't really do the fucking money shot. You know what I mean? So,
I did not see it that way at all. Like I got what they were going for. It was a whole thematic thing. And like I said, I'm not sure. I haven't read like a biography of Neil Armstrong, so I don't know how. I'm sure it's pretty fairly accurate because it seemed like all the other stuff, like all the period detail, all the shit about NASA and stuff like that, was like it seemed like they tried to get that like as accurate as possible.
I would have, even if that was accurate as possible. If I was making this movie, I would have lied. I would have made that shit. I would have made that shit optimistic and fucking badass as possible. Like, fuck it, no, we're going to the moon. And then I'd have planted the flag, dropping the nuts on the fucking Soviet Union. That's right, bitches. You know, I would have done that way. You know, mythology sometimes is better than real life.
It's just, it's weird because
of course you're supposed to go to the moon. You're not gonna let a woman hold you back from going to the moon. That's what it's fucking saying.
But no, that wasn't what they were saying.
That's how I interpreted it.
No, I didn't.
It's my testosterone level. That's how my testosterone level. That's how
I don't think that's even what the movie was going
Okay.
for. I mean, like I didn't see it that way.
All right. Do you think the movies were watchable?
Yeah, like I said,
Yeah.
I really like it. It was almost like if you'd given Stanley Kubrick
Yeah.
a handy cam
Yeah.
and had him make a movie like back then, like when he was still making movies, like when he was still alive, like in the 60s, and you had given him like make a movie about the space. It
Yeah.
really did have that kind of vibe to it.
As I was watching it, though, I was wondering, I was going like, this is awesome in the theater, but I was thinking this probably wouldn't translate too well to television. You'd have to have a badass sound system to really capture
it may
that.
not, because a lot of what is good about this is
Yeah.
the visuals.
Yeah.
And like I said, seeing it in IMAX, I really felt like I'm with these astronauts
Yeah.
in these rickety ass rockets
Yeah.
going up to fucking space. I'm like,
The
they had
first 2/3 of the
giant
movie,
brass balls, man.
the
Giant brass
first 2/3 of the movie, I thought it was kicking ass. But then there's something about that last 1/3 of the movie, I thought it was starting to sell out on me. I was like going, man, you know, we made it to the moon, and you're not really gonna fucking show us the moon, you know, not in any detail. I was kind of let down, kind of disappointed with it. But you know, some people might like the movie.
Well, like I said, I kind of interpreted it as
Yeah.
the whole movie was about the lead up to the moon.
And the
then being
acting, the
first
acting
thing.
was so good, and the script was pretty good.
I totally bought it.
Even-
Everybody that was in this.
Even though I
totally-
kind of thought the relationships were contrived, I still liked the movie. You know, I still liked the script. I just didn't like the moon sequence when they got to the moon.
Yeah.
They
You
didn't show
thought
us
they
the
weren't on
fucking
the moon
moon.
long enough?
Weren't on the moon long enough. And then I thought, and I interpreted it the way it was being the way it was written, and the way it was being shown. To me, I interpreted it as pessimism, that they shouldn't have gone to the moon, those idiots. That's the way I interpreted it.
I really don't see where you're getting that from. But, you know.
His
okay.
wife,
Fair enough.
it made it seem to me that his
I have
wife
no
didn't
idea.
approve. It's like his wife didn't approve of him going to the moon.
Well, it wasn't so much her that was bothered. She was just saying she didn't like tell him not to go. She just said
She just looked at him.
No,
she was looking at him with those eyes,
she
the way a
just
woman
said,
looks at you like you
Go.
want to.
No, she just said go tell you
Okay.
talk to your kids in case you don't come back. She's like, don't
Okay.
make me do it. That's all she
Right.
said.
Okay.
She didn't tell him not to go.
All right. So you give a thumbs up. I'm saying nah, don't worry about it.
No, I
saying, yeah.
liked it. I think it's amazing. And it's like
Yeah.
if you're interested in American history, if you're in history and space
Yeah.
programs, stuff like that, I think you'll probably love it. It's like it's the closest you will get to being there. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like being on the fucking capsule and shit like that. So yeah, I liked it a lot.
Okay. I'm gonna have to disagree. I'm gonna say it was a well-made movie. But it missed the mark. They wasted a bunch of time trying. It was good. You know, they were going to they get to the moon and then fuck the moon. We're not gonna show you the moon. We're gonna spend like 2 minutes on the moon. Man, I waited the whole time to fucking go to the moon, and I didn't get to see the moon.
Dude, there's nothing on
It's
the
just,
moon.
let's get out of here.
There's nothing on the moon.
Yeah. Shit. There we go.
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, we're at AMC. Actually, missed doing the intro. I did the intro and
But
fucked
we
it up
messed
on the
up,
way
yeah.
in.
Well, like I said, I guess we don't really need intros
Don't really
because
need
we
it.
fucked up the last one too. So.
Yeah. So we saw Bad Times at the El Royale. Went in. What was it? It was the 1:30 showing, right?
Yeah. On Wednesday.
On a Wednesday. Walked in. There's probably about 15, 20 people in there. Probably.
Yeah, there was more people
Mo-
than I thought for like the middle of the day and a weekend.
Most of them older people. I don't know, just retirees, I guess that's the way it is. So El Royale started off basically seemed kind of like a Quentin Tarantino film noir type movie. It reminded me a lot of Pulp Fiction without Quentin Tarantino's annoying dialogue. But other than that, I mean, it had a tight script, and no, it didn't. I don't know. I guess it was all right. What did you think of it?
I really liked it, honestly. It's kind of like in the only sense that it was like Quentin Tarantino was like it was kind of structured like Pulp Fiction.
Like it, yeah.
It was pretty linear, but it
Right.
would kind of like go back in
And
time and
go
show you
back.
things from different people's perspectives.
Bunch of
and
different
stuff.
characters, each
It
one of
was-
them with their own backgrounds.
Yeah, it's like
that.
the whole theme of the movie was like no one being what they appeared on the surface. Like,
Yeah.
you know, you would see and you would think this particular thing about this character, then they would go and tell their backstory.
Right.
It actually reminded me a little, not so much Quentin Tarantino, it actually reminds me of a Coen Brothers movie. If you like Coen Brothers movies,
Yeah.
it reminded me of No Country for Old Men.
Yeah.
a little bit, same type of thing, and you know, with kind of like an agent of chaos that comes like late in the movie. Sort of the same kind of thing as No Country for Old Men. So it kind of reminded me of like a Coen Brothers movie.
Visually, it looks really good.
I really like. Yeah, it was like
Decor.
I think it was set like in the late '60s, early '70s.
60s and 70s,
Yeah,
because
like
it was jumping around.
Yeah, while Vietnam was going on. And it was just kind of all set around this hotel, you know, and like I said, all these characters kind of showed up and they all had like some.
Yeah, the hotel has a
nefarious
secret.
purpose. Right.
But
and,
you can't spoil
yeah,
that.
I'm not going to spoil it or anything like that. So it's like
Yeah.
all this kind of like intrigue happens and you learn all these kind of things. I particularly really liked John Hamm in this, who played the quote-unquote vacuum cleaner salesman.
Yeah.
Well, I like him anyway because I'm a really big fan of Matt.
Yeah, he had an Electrolux.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
so I liked him a lot. The what's his name? What the hell's that actor's name that played the priest? What?
I don't know.
Shit, I can't remember.
He
his
was
name.
from Altered States.
Yeah, he's like super famous.
Yeah.
I can't remember his fucking name. Jeff Bridges.
Jeff Bridges, yeah.
Yeah, he was really good in it too. It's like the acting ensemble was really good, and like I said, it kind of like really kept you just like, oh, I wonder what this person's story is. I wonder what that's. And then like you'd see it from different perspectives and stuff. So I really kind of like that. It's like it kind of sucked because the people behind us like would not shut up for like
Yeah,
2
low
fucking
IQ.
seconds.
You got low IQ people.
And it's like, well, I think they even turned their phone on at one point because I
Yeah.
heard another guy in the back
Tell 'em to turn
row
the phone
tell
off.
them to turn their fucking phone off.
Yeah.
And I was like, I was gonna turn around and go, shut the fuck
Yeah.
up, but I was like, you know, well then I don't want to talk during the movie. That's like kind of the thing. But,
Yeah.
But yeah, so it didn't like ruin the movie or anything, but I just heard them chattering back
Well,
there
he was
the whole
preaching
time.
too.
Was he?
Yeah, he's preaching. Yeah,
No,
yeah.
I didn't hear
Yeah.
what they were saying. I just heard like like I just heard annoying.
It's about Jesus.
Oh fuck. Okay. Well.
Well, one of the characters
That
was
makes me
pretending to
more-
be a priest, and whenever he would say something about Jesus, you know, you go, "That's right, amen." And like, dude, that's a fake priest.
Yeah, it's like they
Okay.
can't hear you. It's all
Yeah.
right. But yeah, I mean, overall, like I said, if you dig Coen Brothers movies, you would probably really like this because it's a similar type of movie. You know, it's I don't know, I liked it a lot. It's like, and like you said, visually it was really cool. It's like I like
Yeah.
a lot of the period detail. The hotel itself, like the really really nice design of it. It's kind
Yeah.
of like it's kind of like a down and out hotel, but like a few years ago it was like super famous and it was like there was casinos and stuff.
Yeah.
And so it still had kind of a nice look, but it was like empty because no one stayed there anymore. But yeah.
So you give it a thumbs up?
Yeah, I really
Okay.
liked it, honestly.
All right. I didn't like it.
Well, I figured you would.
I didn't like it.
He doesn't like it.
I don't like those kind of movies. It was. I don't like that kind of structured storytelling the way that is. To me, I think that was kind of played out in the Tarantino era when that came out. People are like, oh yeah, that's cool. But yeah, I look at it now and I see it as a throwback. And I started to kind of lose my patience with it. It was very slow for me. And
It is, yeah.
it's very slow, and I didn't really find most of the characters interesting. And the ones that were the vacuum cleaner guy, I thought he was interesting, and they kill him off pretty early. To me, there just wasn't much to the movie. But like I said, I think it's that genre. You're looking at me kind of crazy.
I'm not looking at you crazy. I really liked it, but like I said,
Yeah,
it is very slow moving. Like I said,
Yeah.
you like Coen Brothers, like a neo noir type of thing.
Yeah, if you're into that, you'd probably like it.
It's not like I said. It didn't really make me think of a Tarantino movie because I like some Tarantino movies, but his movies are very affected.
Yeah.
And he has just like everything has to be hip lingo and stuff. It didn't really have that. It was a lot more.
That's what I said.
naturalistic.
Yeah, it didn't have his terrible dialogue.
Yeah, it's
But-
like some of his dialogue's good, but it's just so self-conscious.
Yeah, I don't like that guy.
Like, you know, people wouldn't really talk like that in real life, and this
Yeah.
had like a lot more. This was a lot more normal, like normal people talking. But yeah, so you know, if it's your thing, then
Yeah.
by all means.
If this is your kind of movie, then go
yeah,
for
then
it.
I think you would like it because I
Yeah.
thought it was really good.
All right.
See you later.
All right, we're back at AMC 15. We're gonna see Christopher Robin. Where is that shit? There it is. And it's kind of dead as always here at this hour. They keep asking to see my ID on the way in, and that bitch sees me every fucking day. God damn, it feels like it's a full-time job watching these movies, and most of them fucking suck. Let's see if there's anybody here.
Like some of them.
I like some
So
of them.
dramatic.
I don't like some of them. I don't like them. Let's see if anybody's here.
Such a whiner.
Look at that. Nobody's here.
Oh, well, good.
Look at that. We're the only ones here.
Well, this has been playing a really long time.
It's been playing a long time, and nobody gives a shit. Let's sit up at nearly the back, huh?
Before Mario is
See, check this shit out, people.
Look
at that
Luigi's
shit.
Mansion, a new Nintendo
Look at
2DS
that.
XL.
Nobody here.
We
Over
will
here.
actually be wrestling
Right behind this shit.
today.
Sit your fine ass down.
Well, thank you. I will sit my fine ass down.
I don't know anything about this movie, do you, Ken?
I don't either. I just know that Ewan McGregor is in it, and also
Yeah.
I think Winnie the Pooh is in it
Okay.
as a character.
As a character.
So I think that will be adorable.
Did
All
you
right,
know
we'll see.
Lysol
Ewan McGregor
disinfectant
talking
spray
about
can
it.
actually prevent mold and
He's
mildew?
talking to Winnie the Pooh?
Spray
I don't
it
know.
every
That's
week
what I
to break
gathered
the
from the
cycle.
poster.
Shit.
Lysol. What it
Jenny's
takes
been
to
so
protect.
backed up too at work, all this fucking graphic design hitting her. And then we gotta go out and see these movies 3 times a week. I'm tempted to just schedule them so we'll just see 3 of them in one day, get it over with. Yeah.
I mean, that might be a good thing to do. But like I said, I mean, next week there's a bunch. We got to see Halloween next week.
Yeah.
I think Overlord starts next week.
Yeah, if I see that one.
So, you know, so I think there's like 3 coming up next week that we got to see. These ones, it's just like we ended up seeing ones that, you know, that we didn't see the week before that we've been playing a while. So,
Yeah.
we'll see how it goes. It's just like, it's just been a pain this week because I had so much unexpected work come in and I'm just kind of getting back up on everything. But,
Yeah.
you know, we have been,
Audiobook falling behind. I mean, it's already recorded. Just got to do all the.
yeah, I just haven't done the editing.
The editing
That's all
and
I
then-
gotta do. That's all I need is
She
time
thought
to
that
do it.
she thought we thought that she'd be ready this week, but there's just too much graphic design work.
Yeah, and I need
We're
to do
fucking
that.
around with Starry Night.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking around with Starry Night.
Now bigger than ever.
Me playing with their phone. I'm gonna tell that story on the show.
You should on the next episode. You should tell
Yeah.
that story. It's
Yeah.
a very funny story.
I didn't think it.
They don't back down.
Looking back on it, yeah, it was fucking funny. I was having fun. Yeah.
I thought it was funny.
Yeah. All right, I guess we'll just watch this
Yeah,
now.
it's just the
I
other
don't
two-
really have high
The
hopes
other
for.
two, the other two didn't have intros because we fucked them up.
Yeah.
He's like, well, we'll do an intro for this one because we didn't do it for everything.
Yeah.
Like we recorded it, but the first one like didn't record, and the second one sort of recorded, but it was just a repeat or something.
Yeah, and you know what? It was a bad vibe in the theater that day.
You joined the
Too.
party that's
People were.
surprising everyone
Looked seemed like
with
people were
Super
fucking
Mario
running around
Party
in a
on
bad mood
Nintendo
or something.
Switch. Rated E for
And then
everyone.
behind us, we had a preacher behind us the whole time preaching, "Amen, hallelujah."
You celebrated
To everything a
special
fake
bond of
preacher was
friendship
saying
and your
in
favorite
fucking
Pixar
El Royale.
and Disney California
It's like,
Adventure.
you idiot! That is a fake fucking priest.
That's what I was
I
gonna
think
be
he
like.
was. I think he was mentally.
Like I said, I couldn't hear what
Challenge.
they were saying. All I could hear was like mumbling.
He was
Okay.
just fucking 65 IQ, shine and throw.
Be sure to get here early.
Amen, hallelujah.
In entertainment. See you next
It's
time.
never too late.
Man, he can't hear you.
Yeah.
With the Zephyr Command there, I
Fucking
shall make
virtue
my way
signaling.
through the skies. Love shall be my
Fucking
compass.
Christian
Come
style,
away
I guess.
with
I
me,
got nothing against the
Barnabas.
Christian,
But I
but
am a
man,
simple
fucking
farmer.
knock it off.
My life is here.
I'm looking in there, my hair don't link up.
In the field. Boy, boy, Alexander Graham Bell,
Yeah. All right, let's go ahead and.
No, no, my number is 1.
Yeah. You guys seen this commercial?
2, I say.
Fucking Thomas Edison. What a
Yeah,
asshole.
Thomas Edison taking the telephone call. All right, just gonna call. We're gonna call it quits for now. We'll get back. Shit, I'm covering up the microphone. We'll get. We'll get back at it again.
We're so
huh?
organized.
Yeah. All right, it's going. All right, it's good. Let's do it about like that. All right, so we just got back from seeing Christopher Robin. I don't know. You tell them about it. It was okay. It was a period, kind of a period piece.
Yeah, it was set in the 1940s.
Yeah.
You-
No,
okay.
it was before, right after World War One.
Oh,
So about
okay.
1920s.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's about
Okay,
20s and
you're right.
30s.
All right.
Right. Yeah.
I was thinking of this.
Now, post-war.
But yeah, it was like, honestly, it was like way better than I was expecting. I
Yeah.
thought it was delightful. And honestly, the I don't know. I'm guessing they did like a combination of puppetry and CGI.
I think it was all CGI. It did look like
But
puppets.
it really did not look like CGI.
Yeah, I
at
didn't
all.
know, but I think it
Like,
was.
It probably was, but if
Yeah.
it was the most amazing CGI I've ever seen because it really did look like
Yeah.
little walking, talking stuff.
Look like little walking, talking stuffed
like
animals.
walking around. It was like
yeah.
amazing. It was amazing.
Story was pretty good, I guess.
It was
It was
like
a little meandering to me sometimes. Sometimes I was kind of sometimes I was losing track of it, but it was a pleasant story,
yeah.
I would say. It's for an adult audience, I think.
Yeah,
There's
it
a lot of
seemed
adult
little-
themes in it
um,
about the kind of like the pitfalls of growing up Really, that's what it's a lot about.
It's not really a pure kids movie because it's
No.
really like you said, it's a period piece. It's based very much more on the books by A.A. Milne.
Yeah.
So there was like a lot of quotes and stuff from the books, and it just basically had his concern like Christopher Robin, like after he grew up, and then he kind of become this sort of stick in the mud.
Yeah, well, he went to World War One, and when he
Yeah.
comes back out of World War One, and he ends up working for a company, and he kind of loses.
Becomes a boring old fart.
Exactly. So, and then what happens is his old animal childhood friends come and basically save him in a way.
Yeah, like actually, like Pooh Bear has to come into his world, like
Right.
because all his friends are lost and stuff. So and then they have to kind of go back and save each other.
Yeah.
And but like I said, it's like the little characters in this. This is funny, but like, and those of you that watch our show like normally, because I call our kitty Baby Cookie, I call her Pooh Bear sometimes.
Yeah, and that's exactly
and the
the way-
reason why, because like the Pooh Bear
Yeah.
character in this, and I know that like the guy that used to do the voice for Winnie the Pooh, I think his name was Sebastian Cabot. I'm pretty sure he passed away many years ago, but the person that does the voice of Winnie the Pooh this time sounds pretty much exactly like him. Like I couldn't really tell the difference. Actually, all the voices sounded pretty much just like they did in the cartoon, like in the
Yeah.
older stuff. So so that was kind of cool. And but the way Pooh Bear was, like the way he's like acting and he's like messing everything up and he's all like the way
Yeah.
he walks and he's all fat and stuff, and I was like,
Yeah.
oh my god, this is like our cat.
Like our cat. Yeah, and what's
Just
funny
like
is that one of the things I kind of liked about it is that the look of the creatures is that they look like worn out stuffed animals.
Yeah.
They're kind of they got wear on them and they've kind of faded. You
Yeah,
know,
you
like
could tell
Tigger
the
isn't
fat.
really orange. He's almost kind of whited out a little bit.
Yeah, they were all
It's-
kind of like faded. They were kind
yeah.
of like ruggedy looking, like and like Piglet's face, like you could see like the little fabric was like
Yeah.
worn away on the cheeks and stuff like that.
And they looked like that back when Christopher Robin was a little kid too. So they always, from what I remember. But I would think out of all of this week's movies, I probably enjoyed this one the most.
Yeah, which is weird because I wasn't sure. Like I said, I love Ewan McGregor. I love the Winnie
Yeah.
the Pooh stories. I always really liked, the cartoon version that Disney did many years ago. So I thought that I would enjoy this, but it was actually, it was kind of different than what I was expecting, but it was actually much better than I was
Yeah.
expecting. It was like you said, it was a lot more adult film.
Yeah. Even though at the end, I don't know if the little economic model actually worked. He just turned a triangle upside down and he said, well, we'll let everybody go on vacation and that will save the company. I don't really think that works out.
Well, no, because he was saying that if more people could afford to go on vacation, then more people would buy their luggage.
But they could
they're-
only let the people in the company go on vacation, though. That was the weird thing that I was going, wait a minute.
Yeah, but like I said,
kinda called bullshit
the
on it.
whole point of
Yeah.
the story was that Christopher Robin, like I said, had lost his way. He forgot what was
Right.
important. He was like, all he did was work all the time. He was like neglecting his
Yeah.
wife and daughter. And so, him going back to the 100-acre wood and like reconnecting with all the little animal friends,
Yeah.
who were just kind of like, they're like little children. They're just
Right.
kind of like, why can't we just do that? And why
Well,
can't
one
we
of
do
the,
that? So.
we're kind of getting ahead of ourselves. One of the side plots was Christopher Robin had to help save the company he worked for
Yeah.
because he was kind of like
He was
kind of like human resources
Yeah, he was
slash
like an
efficiency
efficiency
type guy,
officer or
and he didn't want to fire everybody.
Yeah.
The company was undergoing a lot of problems. So we're trying to do things like reduce costs, and he was stressing out about it. He had a bunch of paper. We've been working on it for a long time. But the way they resolved the problem was to let everyone go on vacation, and that didn't make sense to me.
No, to give them a paid vacation because they didn't have that before. That's all.
Yeah, but that
Like I
wouldn't
said,
pay for
it's-
that wouldn't pay for the fucking, that wouldn't save the company though. I don't know how they got that in there. That wouldn't save the company.
No, I know, but it's just a movie. Calm down.
Oh well, being a man, I expect an actual solution.
It's a movie about talking bears.
Yeah, I know that.
And tigers.
I wanted to see him really solve the problem though, and then
Well, like I said, the whole.
he didn't really solve the problem, but only
yeah,
in the
like
movie.
I said, I don't know. It's
Only
just
in
a
the
movie,
movie.
like I said.
Yeah.
But it was much better than this. But really, my favorite part of it was the animation. Like I really loved the Pooh character and like
Yeah.
the way he like walked around and talked and like all the stuff he said. It was like really, really adorable. We were in there. There was actually only one other person in the theater.
Yeah.
But yeah, I actually really liked it very
Yeah,
much.
yeah, it was a decent movie.
Yeah.
I liked it better than First Man.
Yeah.
I think. Okay.
It was a different kind of one.
Yeah, different kind of one. All right.
I thought it was